Hey guys, it's the Earth Elemental, and today's video is going to be a tutorial on how to make your animations and your renders for Blender way faster. Now I did a tutorial a while ago on how to do simple things, simple steps to make it a little bit better, but this one's going to be more detailed and add extra steps than before. So the first thing that you're going to do, of course, is when you're doing your scene, your projects, I just have this default one. I'm just going to show you what you got to do. But just like the old video, I'm going to show you what you got to do first, which is go to playback in the timeline, go to sync, and change play every frame to sync audio, which will make things run way faster than usual. And then you go to the render properties, go down here to simplify and turn that on. And you can turn all of these to 0, but if you want it to be fast and look pretty good at the same time, you can turn this to 1, but 0 is still fine. And then the next steps that I didn't add, which will be go to edit, go to preferences, and you go to viewport, and down here in textures you go to limit size, and you change that from off to something about 256, which is pretty good. If it's off, then it'll just be whatever textures is in the scene, it'll be just that, but the 256 will lower it while making it faster and more smoother. And then we go to systems, we change this from none to either one of these, either CUDA or optics. I use optics because I have an RTX graphics card, so I use that. It just depends on what graphics cards you have in your system. But after you do that, you press save preferences, and then you go close that. Alright, I have the scene right here, and this is the scene from one of my episodes for the Elementals. And I have all the things applied to the scene, the settings. So what I want to do is go to render mode, because everything will load pretty fast with all these settings I applied to it. So we're just gonna wait a second for this to load. Alright, it's loaded up, and as you can see, with all these settings I applied, the scene is running smooth. There's no stuttering at all. When I didn't have these settings on, it was hard to even have these textures loaded in, and even when it did load in, it would be hard to even move around. And I'm gonna show you guys just a little bit of the scene when I'm playing the animation, which is a lot. As you guys can see, it's pretty smooth. It's not like in a single digits right now, so it's pretty smooth. And of course, if you go to material mode, it'll be way faster.
Can't believe we're
Probably
finally on our first.
Way better than the render mode, but it's still pretty fast either way than before. I'm gonna go to another scene, but this time it's gonna be for cycles, and it's another step that I did for cycles, but you can do for Eevee, I believe, too, is turn these objects into bounds. So what you'll do is you'll select an object, go to object properties, go down to viewport display, and display from textured to bounds, and it'll just show us boxes. It'll only show in the render view, not the material mode or the shading mode. So if you want to animate first, you gotta turn this back to textured, and then when you get done, you can turn it back to bounds, and this will make things a little bit more faster. And with all the other settings applied for cycles, I will go ahead and go to render view, but I will also add that for cycles you'll have to change the denoiser to something else besides this. If you have another option, I use optics, and I use it a little bit for the viewport sometimes, but also to change your device from CPU to GPU. If you have enough memory left, or if you have that option, you can just turn it on. But with all those together, you can go to cycles, render view, and see how that looks. And as you can see, guys, it is pretty fast. It's almost real time. as close as you can get for cycles. I mean, it's not a big scene, but it's pretty good. And with all the settings, it'll really fast as well and look good. And I even leave this open, the render mode with cycles on and render at the same time, and it'll still load pretty fast compared to without the settings on. And alright, it's already done. And I did an animation with this, and it didn't have the grainy like lighting with the denoiser. It looked really good, close to Eevee, but just the lighting's way better. But yeah, this is how to make things a little bit better. But also another thing that you can also do is to go to the video. If you have a NVIDIA driver, a graphics card, you can change the NVIDIA from the gameplay driver to studio, which is also good for animation and 3D modeling. So if you have NVIDIA, change the driver from gameplay to studio. But yeah guys, this is all the steps you need to make things a little bit faster. Show a couple people how to do it a while ago, and they said that they renders was looking good and going faster, so I hope this helps you guys as well. But anyways, this is just a tutorial on how to make things look better, and I'll see you guys later.